help you grow as a leader. In order to grow as a leader, you have to understand a definition of leadership and what your leadership style is. There are so many different ways to describe leadership style that if I were to stack every book ever written on great leadership, I'm quite sure it would fill your Manatee County building without any duplications. For me, I've changed my style a little bit. Going up in the Disney culture as a trainer, a leader in a classroom of 20 to 30 individuals for 6 to 8 weeks, sometimes my leadership style would be described as hands-on. Have you ever had that individual that was trying to share their knowledge with you, and then all of a sudden, especially if you're learning something on the keyboard, maybe a new application or a new way to document something, and your hands are quivering over the keyboard, and the person who's trying to share with you, they simply hold on a second, and they actually take over the keyboard. That's a hands-on leader. It's not that they don't have faith in that you can't accomplish the task at hand. It could be that there's one item that they've not yet mastered. Patience. And the ability to let go. Delegate the task and then step aside, but be there to catch them if they have that question of, do I hit this key or this key? And then saying, well, let me show you, because you've obviously already showed them once before, maybe twice, sometimes 3 or more. As we get towards our centenarian age, the memory is one of the first things to go. But it doesn't matter how many times you've shown somebody the way. The only way that they're going to be able to take that leap of faith that they have the ability and the courage to also be a leader is for you to step aside. There's other types of leadership skills. One that I recently heard, it's called the work dumper. Now, the work dumper is the exact opposite of the hands-on leader. It is, do you mind if I use you as a quick example? It is, okay, Angelita, come on up here. I'm going to give you a task. Your task is to create a TLI. Thank you very much. Okay. The TLI is on the 10th. Is that progressive? There you go. Have fun.
Okay. Oh, let me see. I need a timeline. I need teachers.
It's your job.
Okay.
Sure, no problem. Thank you. That's a work dumper. I'm giving you a task. I'm giving you as little details as possible to handle it. And then on the 10th, my expectation is that it's done, and it's done flawlessly. Do you think that's going to happen? Probably not. And I know Angelita is a very detailed individual. I've had the pleasure of working with her. But it doesn't matter if you've had that pleasure or honor or not to work with another individual and you know their skill sets. The object of the leader is to help others grow, but also if you're going to delegate and validate. Say, this is a timeline. I'm going to check back with you. Don't forget, here's my number, here's my email, text, call, maybe give them some parameters, because if you don't give me parameters, you may get an email at 3 o'clock in the morning when I get up. My surprise is when somebody actually answers me at 3 o'clock in the morning when I send off that email. Or maybe I'll text you in Facebook. There's a little green dot next to your name. For me, you're fair game. The But the other piece of leadership, besides patience, learning to delegate, sometimes it's also a matter of not talking. A leader is someone who is able to observe. That is a skill set I learned very well and early on in my Disney career as a leader in a classroom, especially these days. If you're not an engaging individual, what do you think people are doing? I know in my classroom, even though the cell phones were supposed to be put away, turned off, I can tell when somebody's texting under the desk. It doesn't take much. Or maybe they're looking at their calendar, they're doing other items. What they are not doing is focusing on you. Understanding body language. Also, as a leader, I can tell you that if I weren't coming here today, chances are I still might be in my PJs watching television with my husband because he's off on Thursdays. Or maybe because my Pilates chair is sitting next to the TV, I might be doing something with my Pilates. The key is being a good leader is not just the words you say, it's how you say them, your body language, and how you dress to go to be in front of that group. Can you imagine what your thoughts may be if I came in my ripped up jeans and my tank top? Probably not the same as when I come dressed to present. Thank you very much for allowing me here today.
Okay, for those that are new in our room today, in our group, you have a ballot on your table, and you'll see at the very top it says first speaker. Please take 1 minute and write Miss Brenda a note about how much you enjoyed her speech. And if there is anything that she can improve upon, please tell her that too. She really won't mind.
Any extra pen?
Find it.
Thank you.
Brenda, you will be very pleased to know that we will not smack you in the face today with a Cool Whip pie as part of our birthday celebration.
I'm expecting us to be distinguished enough that at some point I will get it. I'm fine with that.
There's a story behind that as you're writing your note. Miss Brenda told our crew at a very special meeting at the Airport Marriott that if all of the clubs came together under District 48 and worked really, really hard and made our district not just a distinguished district, but a select or President's distinguished district, that she would take a Cool Whip pie in the face. She kept her promise. And we have photos on the District 48 website, but that just shows you the type of integrity and the service and respect and the excellence that Miss Brenda has. And she and I have known each other since about 2012, and I can remember her always being that overachiever, always being President's Distinguished in her club, or President's Distinguished as an area, or even a division. And she's just work constantly because she has the heart of a Toastmaster. All right, I digress. We will go on to our evaluation by Ms. Angelita Ortiz. So let's welcome Angelita on up here.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. And thank you, guests and members.